So we're here today in Nowen Hill at the top of the Maylock Valley, and the hills are all green around us. There's a lot of rain during the week, and we're going to go up here, up to the mast, up this track at the head of the Maylock Valley, approaching them from the north side, and the destination then is over the top and down to Diarmuid and Grania's bed. So these woods were planted in the 1990s, and this track dates from around that time, and it was put in to service the masts and install the masts up at the top of the hill, the foam masts. Since then, some of it has been harvested and replanted, which you can see up here. We'll be going up the track here, so you follow this track up. A lot of people use it out walking and out walking their dogs. We're walking about half an hour now. It's quite steep, tough going, not too far from the top. And there they are, coming around the corner, the big foam masts. We were hoping we might see some deer, even a pine marten or something. No sign of anything like that today. So we're up at the mast just about. Beautiful view out to the west here. Coombe Sagat over here. There's a mast rock up there. A priest was killed there in penal times. Maylock Valley in the middle, looking over towards Bantry Bay and Glengarve. And then over here, Mullack Meisha. There's a high road going from the valley coming down to Castle Donovan. So since my book came out in 2023, I have had a few people asking me about access to this site. It's tricky enough to find. Obviously sites like this, they're generally in private land, commonage on higher ground, so I don't have any right really to give people directions or locations to these sites. What I'm going to do is just go past the masts here. I'm going to stay left over the top and head down the hill. Hopefully we'll find it. So now we're just heading east from the mast and following this old track. It's in the right general direction. The ground is quite wet because there was a lot of rain this week, even though we're in June now. Good old Irish summers. Yeah, so we want to be staying over this side here, so we'll follow this track down for a minute and then we'll go over. Yeah, we're just crossing over an old rusty cattle grid here, going down east, and when you come down east here you get a whole different panoramic view out towards Dunmanway, and down there in the middle, that's Cool Callure Lake. There's another lake down beneath us here, Culnock Lake. Culnock, and down there an old quarry. There was quarries, I don't know if they're still used then around the Cool Callure area. Wind farms, and look, it's flat ground all the way up there. Clonakilty I suppose will be over here somewhere, and up towards up east towards the city. So I can see Culnock Lake there beneath us now. If you're down there driving the roads around that area and look up, you can plainly see the cave which we're looking for down below. So we need to go. We went left over that cattle grid immediately, and we're going to continue onto that ridge down there, and Diarmuid and Grania's grave, Leaba bed, is just down in this area here in front of us. So we're going to scramble our way down the hill. So we're just crossing a few little valleys here. We're making our way over to this I suppose it would be the north ridge. Any further down, there's no more ridges beyond this, it's just a sheer drop, so you have to go over onto this one, and we're going to make our way down into this valley here on the right.
Okay.
And the cave we're looking for is on the south side of this ridge, so we're going to go over here, down along this ridge, and see can we find. So here we are, we're at the last northern ridge, and we're just going to pick our way down along this side of it now. And we're a good distance down from the masts behind us. So what is Diarmuid and Grania's grave anyway? So Diarmuid and Grania, Leaba Diarmuid agus Grania is one of those catch-all phrases which was used all around the country on megalithic tombs. It's one of those, pops up frequently. The Diarmuid and Grania's grave here on the east slopes of Nowen Hill between Dunmanway, Kelkle and Bantry. It's not thought to be a megalithic tomb, it's a naturally occurring cave. But some of the old maps and the old records do give it as a megalithic tomb. And you'll see when we get down there, the cave itself looks fairly natural, and within the cave there's a fairly impressive set of rock art inscriptions, so that's what we're hoping to see there today. Owen, my buddy here, has been around a lot of sites, but he's never been up to this one.
No, never.
So he's my accomplice today.
Yep.
So we're just coming down here, down the ridge, and I've just found an interesting feature here. Looks suspiciously like prehistoric copper mines. I'll have to get some advice on that now. Now there's no records on Nowen Hill, as far as I know, of prehistoric copper mining. Just the round arch here at the top, and over here again suggests to me possibly more than natural. See the round shapes here. I'll have a look there now and see if there's any sign of beneath it, which would be another indicator of a spoil heap. I'm not seeing any here. It's very overgrown. So yeah, I'll definitely have to think about who to ask about that. Yeah. So from here anyway, we're going to continue over here, because I don't think we're that far from Diarmuid and Grania's bed. We're just looking down the lake here on the right. We've come a long way down now, still haven't found it. Oh, and what do we see?
Right there.
Right up above us, that's what we're looking for. So we made a little bit of a mistake. We went up to the top of that ridge.
You.
I made a bit of a mistake, which is as I say, the furthest ridge on the left coming down from the masts. And we realised that it was very hard to come down. I think it was the top of this face here, and we veered back around there and came down through here, which was very tough going. So we've been walking about an hour and a half now since we left the car. So anyone looking for it, it's a good bit down from the mast up on top. But so we're just going to scramble up there now, and I'll turn the record back on when we get up there, and we'll have a look at the inscriptions. We're just coming up, approaching it. Lovely natural bog orchids here in the grass. Gorgeous. So, as I say, a natural feature in the rock, thought back along to be possibly a megalithic tomb. And it's on a little plateau at the front of it. It is tough going, especially this time of year with the vegetation. And the heavy rain doesn't help it. Now, here we are. Oh, and if you go over there, just people can see the size of the cave. I'm using the word cave. So as I say, it's a natural lean-to, I suppose. One big bit. Yeah, there's probably a serious set of spiders in here on as well. So here we go. Oh, and you can't say fuck off, I'm vlogging. Oh. So here's the cave itself. It goes in about maybe, what, 15, 20 meters, and there's a piece of a rock falling down there again with another little alcove behind it. Looking at the ground there, a lot of droppings from the sheep, so this is all sheep country. And they probably come here and here, well they do come in here for a bit of shelter.
14.
Yeah, so we'll have a look there at the inscriptions. So as I say, you can see this from below here, the roads around Culnock, and if you look up onto Nowen Hill, you know the shape of it there and how to see. So Owen's found the first set of inscriptions here. We'll have a look around. I'll go around with the camera here and we'll have a little look, and I might take some stills of them then as well. What does that one say on?
It's 1909, I'm guessing.
1990 something?
Yeah, 90 something.
So
6 maybe?
That's a fairly recent one.
Yeah.
I don't...
names of
plenty of midges around. So I'm going to go into the cave itself where most of the inscriptions are. The midges might stay out here as well. So here we go. Gradually tapers away. I mean, seeing those possible prehistoric copper mines on the way up, if they are copper mines, could be relevant to this site as well. You can see it tapers away there. This could well be something that was extracted from in days gone by. It's a little bit like, it reminds me a little bit of the copper mines, 19th century copper mines down in Lick Hill down near Skibbereen. We have a bit of a bigger complex here. So on this wall at the top of the cave is where a lot of the inscriptions are. You can see Owen at the back there. I'm just going to turn this off for a minute. So I'm just going to turn on the camera there again, see if I can get some of the engravings. So there's a W there, an M. So some of the dates, some of these are dated, the names, and they go back to the 18th, 19th century, a lot of them. Just moving along here, so we're just inside the cave. I want to scoot along there a little bit. It's fairly cramped. Oh, right. So what have we got here? JK. A lot of names. Very recent one. J Lane, 26. Hi Jacob. Kieran Seawright, 25. I guess they found it. PM. I'm not seeing any dates. So as well as the initials and the names, there's some grid markings. I'll see if I can find them, which could be quite old. What's that? D W A. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, look at this. Is some nice little crosses here. Look at this cross on double cross here. Already. There's a kite shape on the left, and a nice. This is like St. John's cross with the cross with the dot in each quadrant, and that possibly Masonic symbols or something. People. So I think sites like this would have been a place to go. Look at that one there, T.H. Boyle, 1881 or 1831 maybe, 81. Another little cross there. So we're just moving out, corner Edward there. Some nice flat faces here, so more crosses down to their crosses. And looking up here now, I have to go climb up a little bit higher. I can't quite make that out. 1869 is it? A name. U-H-I Hickey. Hickey 1810 it looks like. 1810 possibly. A-F-E. Nice old script in that one. Oh yeah, I think this one's in the book. T-L-B-R-I. And look at that lovely one there now. W-H-I-A-C-O-M. David or Davis. M-D. There's quite a lot. I'm here near the entrance. J. Daly, local name. January 1760, is it? And a lot more here now near the entrance. There's a whole wall of them here. So we got near the entrance now. Looking out, we got DM. It's my own name. Not me. Just on that, I wouldn't be leaving my initials on this myself. Sites like this should be preserved, really, as they are. 1842. So I suppose in the 19th century people would have made a considerable hike up the hill here, maybe for a Sunday afternoon walk or stepping out with your girlfriend or something. And the ones here, a lot of them near the entrance, but they're quite weathered. So was this a burial site? Possibly. Who's to know? But really not a megalithic tomb as such. And here we are right at the edge. And the names. People scratching them on. Yeah, there's plenty of midges here today. I'm going to step outside there again. And this is where we started from. So that's it. Leaba, Diarmuid, Grania, Nowen Hill.